Hello and welcome to our review of the latest and first teaser for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which is a mouthful of a title.
And a pretentious title.
A little bit.
Dawn of Justice.
Well, it needed to have something like that because the whole thing of this is
Batman
it's
vs
not.
Superman's not enough. That's what's getting people into the movie theater. Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's not just It's not versus. It's V as well. They made a point of saying that. I remember.
So Hugo Weaving's in this.
But it's not just them in it because we know that Wonder Woman is in it.
Apparently Aquaman and Cyborg are just cameos, supposedly. Wonder Woman's meant to have a more important role, but
It would make sense
Cyborg,
because they're the original Trinity.
yeah, three.
So we'll go to you first for this one, Sean. Your thoughts on the teaser?
Very dark. Literally, not like tone.
Yeah,
literally dark.
It's both actually. It's tonally it's quite dark as well.
Budget
But you're
run
writing, it's very
Budget run out and like
moody. It's an episode of CSI, is what they're going for, I think.
yeah, it has a very
But it's that whole thing of the last. I'm trying to remember the trailers for Man of Steel, which would have been worth watching before this.
lots of zoom.
No, that one had lots of. That one was quite light.
Mm.
And I suppose the reason they're going for it literally being low light in this is to literally show the darkness that we're in. This is like, well, it's Batman as well. You don't tend to get Batman trailers that are full of light and shine.
Have you never seen multicolored Batman from the 70s or 60s? One of them, or zebra skin Batman?
Aren't those parallel universe ones?
Nope, Silver Age.
Yeah, but my point is those are exceptions to the rule. I'm not saying there aren't any.
I want the Silver Age comic book film. It'd be ridiculously silly.
Well, if you're nice and you make it, one day we might get it.
Just silliness.
It looks interesting. We've had no idea of it gives no concept of what the plot is going to be at all.
Other than jacking off Frank Miller.
Yeah, because it's based on the Dark
Knight
Knight
Returns.
Returns,
The
and they've
power
said
armor
that
and
it is
story.
the whole thing. You can
The
see
quote, "Do you bleed?" Pretty sure that's from that. I can't remember that in a
I
long
think
time.
it is. Jack, who would be with us for this commentary, we do all the Batman and Star Wars stuff with it. He can't be with us at the moment. He's got work, so we're doing this without him. I think he said to me that it's from Dark Knight Returns, but we knew that ages ago they said it's largely going to be based on Dark Knight Returns.
There are lots of inner monologuing.
Maybe not that far, plot-wise.
Frank Miller and his inner monologuing.
But it seems to be what we can learn roughly from it. Seems to be the idea of Batman almost going with Lex Luthor's motives for being anti-Superman in terms of fearful of.
Yeah, well, Batman and Superman
Godlike.
notoriously don't get along.
Yeah, they
It's
don't.
two very different ideologies and don't get along.
It's the whole concept of Batman is just a man, while Superman literally is a god, and they're worshipping him. And we have that whole thing with the false god, and we hear it several times. Jesse Eisenberg is the one that seems to speak throughout all those clips. He's actually speaking throughout it.
Except for the end.
It's intercut. Yeah, the last one that we hear is Jeremy Irons. He seems to be, though, when you listen to it, because he's Alfred, he's not talking about Superman. He seems to be talking about Batman.
Yeah, from the way it's written about being cruel, I went, yeah, Batman has a habit.
Yeah, it's the idea
especially written by Frank Miller.
It's the whole thing of powerlessness makes men cruel. That seems to be... He's talking about the powerlessness that Batman must feel now, which is what makes him cruel. Which is, obviously, the actions he takes to stop Superman, bring him down.
Seems a threat.
It's the whole concept.
Batman's notoriously very cynical, and so the idea, which happens a lot in comics, of power going to Superman's head.
Yes, but you have that all the time in Justice for All.
Yeah.
All that.
Justice for All. Phoenix Wright.
Sorry, you know which ones I mean.
Yes.
Is that Gods of Injustice or
Injustice, Gods Among Us, the game, which
That's
is actually a decent game.
It is. It's a good
Which
game.
is actually parallel universe Superman, because our Superman punches him in the face at the end.
Yes, that is a good game. I like the story for that. But you see it with other versions of Superman in Red Sun.
Yeah.
Superman Red Sun, it goes to his head because he feels he's the only one who can be the leader.
Also, arguably, he is still human.
Yeah.
Because he was born and raised in Kansas.
Yeah.
Which is the thing people forget, you know. Whereas Batman's the true identity and Bruce Wayne's the cover, with Superman the other way around. Clark Kent is who he is, born and raised farm boy in Kansas.
Superman's a nice guy.
Yeah, Superman's who he is when he...
And they share the same moral code. That doesn't differ. With Batman and Bruce Wayne, they do differ.
Oh, yeah.
They need to.
Yeah, Batman. Oh, he doesn't have a moral code except for one thing. And even Frank Miller breaks that frequently.
Yeah. But it's a teaser. It certainly teases. It does the job there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, doesn't show us much. We don't see Lex Luthor. We hear him.
We've seen him already in the picture.
We've seen they've released the picture, but we haven't seen footage.
Even now, I still can't quite picture it. Not as worried as I was now. Believe it or
No,
not,
I've seen the picture.
But I'm
not
like,
so-
kind of want to see two together, visuals and him talking, just to see if I.
Yeah, the whole dynamic. I want to see the character. Judging from the audio, though, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But I think he's giving a TV interview there, so there's a certain amount of that.
Lex News.
It does look promising.
Promise. Well,
Zack
Snyder and David Goyer. I'm still.
Yeah. I mean, I'm one of the people. I didn't mind. I enjoyed Man of Steel. It was an interesting. It was a very different.
You mean Superman Begins? Because that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And it's
I
Batman
enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting. There's only one thing that bugs me, and it's a tiny thing. It's a
Michael
pet
Shannon
thing.
in general.
No, I really liked his Zod.
Actually, you know one thing that really annoys me is that Ursa and Non aren't called Ursa and Non when they're the exact same fucking characters.
Yeah.
They're like, why? They're the exact same fucking characters. And what's his face who plays not Ursa? I forgot her name. Is arguably a better villain than Zod.
No, the only thing that bugged me was they didn't have the line.
Like, oh yeah, well,
It's a thing that
only Terrence
always...
Stamp can do that. Hammy, but still threatening in the same way.
I know, but I wanted... I know
It's
Superman did do it, but I wanted the line to be said. It's a really picky thing for me to pick
let's
up on.
argue
It's
it.
the only thing that... Because I love Zod. He's a really interesting character.
Yeah.
The major flaw I would say with Man of Steel, just moving on to it, was the big fight sequence at the end just seemed very drawn out and very
Zack
big.
Snyder. Some people say he's a very visual director. Which
Well,
works.
it's not just that. It wasn't so much the drawn outness; it was the scale of it. It was a
Yeah.
huge. It's kind of you can do fights like that, but you don't do fights like that destroy half the city.
Well,
That was a
Superman
little
almost
bit.
always in the comic books takes it to space, the countryside.
Yeah,
Generally gets like Doomsday and things out of the fucking city.
but I'm interested to see where this one goes because the whole concept is now to do the power,
Yeah.
which is what the Superman films tend to be about power because it's the man with godlike powers.
Supposed to no weakness.
Yeah, and that's what Lex is all about as well. It's the whole thing of power and how to deal with it. It's the first teaser. We'll probably get more. It's released next year, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's really early to give a teaser. But then Avengers is out soon, that's probably why.
Yeah, Avengers is out this week. It's out Thursday.
I don't need to see it. I saw Avengers 1. They're going to be the exact same fucking film.
I'm going
Because
to see it.
comic book crossovers are always the exact same fucking story. Just different coats of paper and... yeah, also Josh Whedon stuff. Watch one thing written by Josh Whedon and you've pretty much seen them all.
I'll let you know. I'll watch it so you don't have to.
I watched the first Avengers and enjoyed it. It wasn't like a bad film. It was, light and cheery. But, I just don't give a shit about most Marvel characters.
Yeah, we've said that before.
It's really, other than Tony Stark, that's more like a Robert Downey Jr. and he's hilariously funny.
Yeah.
And Hulk, but that's it. Captain America, I'm American, so I'm not American, so I don't care. Hawkeye did fuck all. Scarlett Johansson did fuck all. And in terms of Hawkeye, Green Arrow is better because he has a fucking personality.
Just to throw in the other Avenger, Thor.
Didn't leave much of an impression on me. Even Loki, from what kind of saw Thor 1 to afterwards, even Loki in that film didn't leave that much of an impression on me. I went, it's alright, And arguably he's better in Thor 1, Loki.
Okay. Just getting back onto Batman v Superman.
No, Loki.
I'm not really sure what else we can say about it.
No Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we've not seen Wonder Woman.
No,
And she's supposed to
it's
be.
probably good because I'm going to flip if I know.
To be fair, most of this trailer is.
Going to flip probably.
There's not much. I mean, half of it is just that lovely pan zoom on the statue with the reveal of false god on there, and which obviously suggests that the public are divided on Superman as to is he a good force or is he a bad force? We don't know
I suspect
yet.
Lex is behind.
More than likely. We came up with a concept not dissimilar from that ages ago, I remember.
Do we?
Yeah, it was when we were doing our own comic universe. We came up with the idea of an ordinary person who can sway the public through media influencing to make people go against the heroes.
Fox News.
Yeah, our character was based on Lex Luthor, though. I think we
Lex
called him
Luthor.
our Lex.
What else to say? Oh, cinematography. It's dark, but there is colour in it, which I do like. It's
Yes.
not washed out. One people still it's very washed out. It's not much. Except for the bits on Krypton, which are quite colourful. It's generally very... There's colour, but it's washed out. The only way I can explain it.
Muted.
Muted. You know, games do that a lot now when they try and be dark and gritty. It annoys the fuck out of me because it just makes it bland and grey and beige. But this one does seem to have some colours in it, and
Yeah, which is quite nice actually.
which is nice. And I'm gonna get
Because it brings it out, it makes the colour stand out more. That's probably that's more probably an artistic thing more than anything else.
And
By making everything, it's the same trick that, well, not exactly. Schindler's List.
yeah,
The girl in red
yeah,
stood out.
colour red, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all black. It's black and white.
Yeah.
The only bit of
How do you-
colour is
yeah,
the
but
little
it's
girl in red.
Yeah, I haven't watched this for a long time.
That's a brilliant
I think I
film.
watched it in Media Studies once.
Yeah, I can't think much else what to say at the moment. It's giving us a brief glimpse of stuff, some very decent
Wales.
shots.
Lots of whales. I'm sorry, Aquaman, no matter how bad you make him, that stick is never going to leave the Super Friends. I have whales! No matter how hard you try. And they are trying very hard from the picture, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you are not going to lose.
To be fair,
that stick.
I wouldn't argue with Jason Momoa though. The guy.
No,
is
the guy does look
terrifying.
I think he does look like the king of Atlantis.
I'll send you the link in a minute. He was in. He's become well known because he played a character in the first season of Game of Thrones,
Yeah,
and I'll send you his audition tape for it
Yeah, he
because
does, you know. I do want
it's brilliant and it's
that Aquaman has
terrifying.
been badass in the comic books for a long time.
Yeah, it's
It's
they
the
did
public
it.
shtick of the Super Friends. Of
Yeah.
Aquaman. He can kick Superman's ass at one point.
Yeah, I think
Not for a
he
while.
does.
Not for a while. Then Superman,
Doesn't do it in Injustice.
everyone kicks Superman's ass in Injustice.
True.
And kiss Batman's ass massively in Injustice. There's DC, everything kisses Batman's ass these days.
Who's the main money figure behind it?
Also, they're doing Dark Knight Returns. Don't do the romance between Superman and Wonder Woman because that annoys me so fucking much when it's ever done and everything.
Between who?
Superman and Wonder Woman.
I would have thought they, because we've seen Lois.
But you know,
I hope they won't.
still angry about that because it ruins two good characters. One, Wonder Woman, you can argue doesn't need a boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever. Lesbian overtones of Themyscira aside, you know. But the whole point of Superman and Lois is that he falls for someone who's human and normal, not the other superpowered person who's here, and that annoys me.
Who in a lot of ways is usually considered to be like the female version of him in terms of his powers.
Yeah, and she's magic. She can do it, kick his ass.
Yeah, have
That's what makes her magic.
but she's also not as strong as we see her, etc., etc.
It depends who's writing them,
True.
and whether they're a feminist or not. Well, third wave feminist, the modern interpretation of it.
Yes, neo-feminism. Which I think is third wave feminism is. You're right.
Yeah. I'm on the internet. People throw terms around like they think they know what they mean. And so no, let me do. It's called dictionary.com. Start basically move up from there. But yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. Not as worried as I was.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to say it's going to be great because Zack Snyder, David Goyer needs to be shot permanently.
It's out next June, isn't it?
I think so.
So we've got it's over a year before we're anywhere. They'll probably release another trailer Christmas time.
Yeah, to coincide when Star Wars comes out.
Yeah, but it'll be attached to it more than likely.
Probably.
Because the Star Wars trailer was supposed to be attached to Avengers, and it will be actually. They'll be showing it. That'll be
both Disney, aren't they?
Yeah, they're both Disney.
So yeah, cautiously optimistic. Still think David Goyer should be shot because not only is he a bad writer, the guy's just an arsehole in period. If you read any interview, then the guy's an arsehole. Period.
I haven't read any, so I can't comment.
And yeah,
interesting. Looks promising.
Promising. Well, I haven't found if that's true. Him and Zack Snyder had a massive falling out.
I think I heard that.
Rumours of that, but I've never checked if it's true. Anyway, yeah, it looks good. Hopefully, bring some of the stylisticness of Watchmen back because I like watching how it looks.
Yeah,
it looks like it looks almost like the comic book. They used
it as the storyboard,
yeah,
which is
so it looks
really good.
Awesome. It makes it look, unique, not like just another Nolan film.
But yeah, so we look forward to seeing more. There'll probably be a second teaser out in some time, and then trailers and everything, because that will give us a better indication of what the film will
about, other than Batman v Superman.
Yeah, what it's going to be about, and what role the other characters are going to play.
Well, yeah, so for what I've heard, Aquaman, Cyborg are just cameos.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And Wonder Woman's meant to have a major part, which would be interesting. See how angry I get. Just wait in 2017 when that film comes out. I want to see angry.
You have that to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm calling it now. Cast Linda Carter as Hippolyta just for the joke. Just for the... She wants to be involved, actually, but just for the joke. And I love it.
Yeah, it would work.
And,
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our review on Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the official teaser trailer.
Part 5.
Yeah.